Hello and welcome to another of my ARTY chats. This time, for the first time in this series, I've decided to talk about my animal rights work. It is an extremely unpalatable subject and I've been studying it now for 20 years. I've been vegan for that long and 11 years as an independent animal rights artist. Now this is not the platform to discuss animal rights. Suffice to say that it is the subject closest to my heart. It fills me with such fury that the marketing industry is getting away with selling meat and dairy still to a public that don't need it. So I control that fury, turn it into my artwork, into pieces of fine art, and hopefully do my bit in my own particular way for the animal rights cause. I've covered all sorts of subjects. I have about 80 pieces of work. This is See How They Grow, marketing myths, weanling, Now You See Me, cold blood. I have to say that the fishing industry is the most difficult to make people care about. And then meat, which has caused more offence than any other picture I have actually done. And I do seem to specialise in babies quite a lot because I think that most people won't touch that subject, but I will. So this is the picture I want to talk about, The Ties That Bind. Now this is one that I did really just for myself. I got tired of doing the more explicit pictures and I decided to do something that was subtly satirical. It is like a picture from the 1800s where farmers and lords of the manor would display their most majestic animals, the biggest cow, the biggest pig, the biggest sheep that they were selling at market, and they would have them commemorated in engravings like this, a sort of vignette of their fantastic beast that they were selling at market, a prize-winning animal usually. So this is a familiar sort of image, and yet on my image I have decided to tie a very uncomfortable looking figure, a sort of androgynous male-female figure, tied to the back of the cow, most uncomfortable looking, ridiculous posture. It's quite eye-catching. I wanted the viewer to see it and wonder what on earth it was about. And if you look very closely, the ropes that surround the cow and the figure are not actually tied up in a knot. The hands of the human figure hold the rope and each of the ends is free. At any point the figure could let go of that rope and would be free of the cow. Now the point I was making is that we have bound ourselves to the cow as a source of dairy and a source of meat. Now neither of these we need for survival. We've made an entire industry of it, a worldwide industry. It's so completely endemic to our society that we don't think anything of it, and yet, as I say, it causes us immense health problems, and also the dairy is one of the most cruel industries that you can imagine. So I decided to show how foolish we've been by tying ourselves to this when we didn't have to. The figure also has their eyes closed and they're curled up in a ball as if in denial. The cow on this picture was actually photographed by myself in West Wales, in St David's in West Wales. Very beautiful cow, and I enjoyed painting it because it actually showed the beauty of the cow and kind of the stupidity of humans. So it was one of my most enjoyable pictures, but it's also quite inscrutable unless it has this explanation. I did write a small piece to go with it, which does explain what's going on, but I found that it was a necessary outlet for my anger, because I've seen enough horrible imagery, and now with this one I decided to make quite a beautiful and strange, surreal image, proving that there are many different ways to tackle the animal rights cause, but it is one of my most unusual animal rights pictures, and I'm looking to do more work like this in the future to add to my library. I am very proud of it, but that anger does still remain about how the industry hides the facts from the public. So, if you'd like to investigate anything about animal rights, then please do look into the dairy industry and the meat industry. It will actually change the way you think. Anyway, that's the point of my artwork, to try and change the way people think, and I hope that that has intrigued you just a little bit. Right, that is the end of this ARTY talk. I'll see you again.